Hey there, creative. As you get your creative business up and running, there's so many things to understand. A question I get a lot is, what is a tax ID or EIN number? Do I need one? What is it used for? How do I get one? In today's video, we'll discuss when you need one, how to get one, and what it's used for. So let's dive in. The second that you receive money in exchange for a product or service, you have earned income. Earned income makes you responsible for taxes. So you want to start tracking the income and the expenses that go along with that income in order to understand your tax liability. When you trade cash for a product or service, you become a sole proprietor. There is no registration needed. It is automatic. The name of your sole proprietorship defaults to your name, and your social security number will be the number that you use on any tax forms like W-9, 1099, or Schedule C when filing your taxes. If you've decided this is something you want to do more regularly or you want to grow into a business, now is the time to figure out what you want to call or name your business, get that name registered legally, and then register for a tax ID. Before we get too far, let's go over all the terms you've heard this called before. You have tax ID, which is sort of short for tax identification number. You have TIN, which is tax identification number. You have maybe heard FEIN, which is federal employer identification number, or what it's really called, EIN, which is short for employer identification number. And this is what I'll refer to it as during the rest of this video. These are all the same thing, just different names. So your social security number is a number used to identify you and all the information about you. You can kind of think of an EIN as the social security number for your business, where it is a number that is registered with the IRS that is completely connected to your business name you've registered, and all the information for your business will be referred to through that EIN number. I go into a lot more detail on how to legally obtain a business name that's not your own name, like a DBA or an LLC, in a video that I've linked below for you, so make sure you check that out. While you file a DBA or an LLC on the state level, it's important to know that in the EIN, you're filing on the federal level. You file this with the IRS on their website for free. You don't have to have an EIN if you are a sole proprietor, single member LLC, or DBA. You can actually just keep using your social security number, but who wants that floating around? If you are a multi-member LLC or partnership, you're required to have an EIN because you'll need that for your separate tax return at tax time. Even though you're not required as a sole proprietor, DBA, or single member LLC to have an EIN, it's always a good idea. This gives your business its own number to use for things like filing taxes. If you want to open a business bank account, they're going to require you to have an EIN. If you hire employees, they're going to require you to have an EIN. If you want to apply for a business loan, you'll need an EIN. And if you're filling out a W-9, and because maybe you do some contracted work for someone else, you'll want to have an EIN instead of your social security number going on it as well. You can see where having an EIN is going to benefit you so much in your business to keep everything organized and together, but also minimizing the use of your social security number at the same time. I've provided you a link to the IRS website below where you can register for an EIN for free. It takes about 10 minutes, and you will have it instantly when you're done with the process so that you're all set and ready to go. I know navigating all this business stuff can be a little overwhelming, especially for creatives who are just passionate and want to create. So please always post any comments or questions you have below this video, and I will help you in any way that I can so that you can be successful. I hope that shed some light on this topic for you. If you're interested in learning more about these types of topics, I'd love for you to join my free Facebook community. You'll find the link down below in the description for this video. I hope to see you there. Don't forget to subscribe.